So the next thing I'm going to do if I want to add translations to this project is you can see this dashboard button up here. So I'm going to click on this. And here you can see on the left-hand side this COTM form strings folder. This is just the project that I'm working in. And if I had more projects, they would show up down here. But right now, you can also see this box over here, and you can see that this is the number of words that have to be translated, and this is the number of strings. And the number of strings just means the number of pieces of text that need to be translated. Here you can also see how much of this project has been translated and how much has not yet been translated. So if I want to translate, I can just click this translate button over here. And right now it's guiding me through this process, and you'll get a lot of these prompts too because you're going to have a new account. You can see this please select language to get started text, where there's really only one language I can translate into, which is Somali. And you can see over on the left hand side all of these different file names, right? So this may look a little confusing. You may be wondering, why does it say .yml at the end of every one? Don't worry about that. The important thing is that you can click on this, right? And you can just start to translate phrases, right? So here I have this phrase education/training, right? So if I click on this, I can go click over here on the right. It says type your translation here. And I'm just putting in a fake translation right now. So I am going to put the words, this is my translation text. And here I can click Save Translation. An important thing down here is you can see these buttons down here. Over here is something called the context. And right now, this isn't going to be that important to you. Right now, it just says activities.name, which doesn't help you that much. But we're going to explore this button here, the suggestions button, in just a second. So anyway, I've added in my translation, and I can click Save Translation. And now I've got that translation done. You can see this turned green. So let's move on to the next one. So this is really interesting because you can see that the phrase education/training shows up at least twice in this file here, right? So obviously it would be really helpful if we could just put in the same translation that we put last time. So if I scroll down, you'll see that suggestions button I showed to you earlier, right? And if I click on this, you can see that the text that I put in earlier, this is my translation text, it just appears for me. It makes it a lot easier for me to use the same translation over and over and over again for the same text. So the way I would use this is you can see all the way over here on the right, there's this, it's like two pieces of paper, one in front of the other, and it says use this. So I'm going to click that button. And you can see that that piece of text just showed up in my translation box. And now I can just click Save. And that's the basic version of how to translate. And we could go through this whole list, but I just want to show you that if we go back out to our dashboard, you can now see that these numbers have changed. So 0.1.2 translated and 99.88 untranslated. So I still have a lot of work to do, but the ideal scenario is that when you have translated all of the strings, all of the words in this project, this number will be 100% and this number will be 0%.